We're continuing to look at motivation. What motivates you as an employee? How would you motivate your employees? So in our previous videos, we've looked at some classical views in terms of motivation. So having work-life balance, not working 24/7. We had Robert Owen, who advocated for public performance evaluation. So we will shame you into being a motivated and engaged employee. We have the scientific management period where we have Taylor looking at adequate pay. And we've been discussing the behavioral management period and looked at Mary Parker Follett in terms of reducing conflict by finding win-wins to motivate our workforce. So as we continue to look at different theories on terms of motivation, think about what made you feel good in a job that you had. So what makes you feel motivated at work? And what makes you feel demotivated or dissatisfied with your job, less engaged, less interested? So take a moment and think about what that is. How are you motivated? Then from there, if you're in charge, how would you motivate and engage your employees? So as you think about what motivated you, so maybe it was good pay, and maybe it was feeling respected, listened to, given power and authority. What would you do if you're in charge? How would you motivate and engage your employees? Maybe you've been in a job where you were demotivated. You didn't feel respected. And so then how does that translate into you leading an organization? What can you do to ensure that that's not happening with your employees? And as we think about how we're motivated, the question becomes, does that change what we do to motivate people if we have a family business versus a large international business? So if you were to motivate people in your family business versus a large business, would you do it differently? One of the challenges we have, of course, with a family business is we have the additional family dynamics that happen within that organization and what happen within the home carry over into the organization. So doing things like performance pay, does that create additional conflict within your family life if that is for one family member and not another? So do you have to motivate your people differently? In a large international business, there are lots of people. And so it might be that recognition doesn't have as much meaning among, you hear about so-and-so is getting an award, so-and-so is recognized for their work. Does that have as much meaning in a big organization when you don't know any of these people? Or does it have meaning to your employees because it's across more people? It's even more recognition. So we have to recognize what is it that our employees need, and do the rewards that we provide them, do the motivation methods we provide them match? Large international businesses might be more likely to motivate in terms of promotions and in terms of pay than other non-financial aspects. So we can look at the difference in terms of how we would motivate in different organizations. So as we look at you and how you are motivated, let's look here at this work motivation indicator. So this is a Pearson Revel survey. If you're working with us in the Robbins textbook, it comes with a number of surveys that you can do about yourself. And here we're looking about how you are motivated. And so it classifies you into 3 different groups, gives you a score based on what it calls job orientation, career orientation, and calling orientation. So we're looking at how you are motivated. You are job oriented if you are motivated by pay. So you go to work to get paid so you can do all the things that you enjoy outside of work. You have career orientation if you are motivated by the opportunity for promotion. So you want raises, you want bonuses, you want recognition, you want to move up the ladder within the organization. So career oriented. The third one is calling oriented. So these are people who see their job as integral to their lives. So they feel that who they are is part of this job. So people who feel that they were born to help people go into nursing. People who feel like they were born to share information go into teaching. And so the job itself is a fulfillment of who they are. Studies show that people who are calling oriented tend to have better health and higher overall life satisfaction. Well, if we look at it in terms of motivation, people who are calling oriented are going to be motivated to the job because they feel a calling to it. This is their destiny, who they are. So they're going to be more motivated to do the work, even without the promotions, the raises, the recognition. Now, I'm not sure I agree with the leads to better health, because the calling-oriented people also tend to be workaholics. Because if your identity is the job, then you're probably going to spend all of your life doing the job. So we can look at here in terms of your motivation. Is it pay? Is it recognition and reward? Is it doing the work? Is the work itself a reward or a motivator?